Good morning. Today is Saturday, November 19th, and this is the Pflugerville EV drive. It's about 8 o'clock, 66 degrees. Before we start out, we're going to reset our telematics again. 4.9. We'll reset that guy. Reset our average speed. What else do we have? That's it. We'll come back over here. New info, energy, economy, 5.1. We'll reset that. We're ready to go. Okay. This is a 38.4 mile loop. Should take us about an hour. We're going to stop and see a couple places along the way. I've got a co-pilot. There's Michaela. Today is also her 10th birthday, so we're going to have a little fun. She's got the iPad down there. Give me some turn-by-turn instructions. She's a navigator and co-pilot today. Again, 66 degrees outside. Got 5 bars on my battery temperature sensor. And we passed the 4,000 mile mark just last night on the LEAF, so that's a little milestone. 85 miles on the range indicator. Got 11 of 12 bars. This trip won't take much. Get about 6 miles per bar. 40-mile trip will be done pretty quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, we just took a left on the Rowe Lane. Now heading east, as you can see, and we're out on the prairie. This is what most of Pflugerville has looked like in the past. It's not the subdivisions that you see. It's actually cows and fields and cornfields. Little country houses out in the back. There's a couple high spots we're going to hit along the route. We're going to try to hit the seal store. And look, from the road we'll be able to see where they also filmed secondhand lions. So we're going to try and catch that as well. Nice little bend. Just passed a limousine in the back in the front yard. It wasn't on blocks. It looked like it was ready to go. Something you don't expect to see out in the country in Pflugerville, but nonetheless, there it was. Saw a bunch of empty stock tanks, ponds, really. It's been so dry out here, there's no water. Everybody's ponds have dried up. You see the little structures they have out there, little piers, and they go all the way down to the empty bottom. Okay, normally we would take a left and go off more into the countryside, but this is actually Cameron Road. But we're going to go straight a little bit, small detour, catch the seal store, and then come back. Alright, this is Seal. Got some birds, blackbirds. The bustling intersection, Seal, Texas. Now, the Seal store has been in quite a few movies. Perfect World, Kevin Costner movie, had a scene here. Secondhand Lions had a scene here. The scene where the kid's running away. This is where the Robert Duvall and they catch up with him. So, Seal store, pretty neat. And we're gonna backtrack just a little bit, turn around and get back on track. Okay, we're gonna take a left, staying on Cameron Road. If you go straight, it'll lead you to an FM. I forget the name of the FM, but we're just gonna go straight on Cameron Road here for a while and then take a right.
We're coming up on FM 973 and we're going to take a right.
Okay, now we're on 973. We're going to take an immediate left on Pflugerville Berkman Road. Okay, this is Pflugerville Berkman Road. Pretty good county road. Lots of countryside, lots of plowed fields. Any other time of year you'd see corn or cotton, maize, some sort. But this is what pretty much Pflugerville looks like, Blackland Prairie. Actually, we're kind of getting close to Manor Way, Elgin as well as we get out here. Just past 973, FM 973. And it's just the countryside. Completely different from West Austin. West Austin, because of Balcones Escarpment, you're going to have the hill country, big hills, lots of trees. Pflugerville, not so much, right? Not so much.
Right.
Okay, we just took a right on Manda Carlson Road. I have some new grain silos out there, and you can see how flat, well, relatively flat it is out here. Pretty nice road to drive on. Sun's still coming up. Alright, we just passed Manda. We're coming up on the New Sweden Church. That's it from a distance. Nice little landmark. There's some more lovely cows. We actually took a couple wrong turns and gave ourselves a little shortcut. So this trip's gonna be a little bit shorter than I thought, but it's okay. That's how it goes. This is New Sweden Church Road. We're gonna take a right. Some nice little twists and turns on the way to the church. Little terrain to work through as well. Not as flat in this area. Probably why they put the church on the hill, right? Nice little S-turns. And lots of bikers out here. You do have to watch for them. This is a nice place for people to ride bikes. They are on the road. Just need to be aware of it. Okay, New Sweden Church. I'm going to call this our halfway point. We've gone 18.4 miles. See, you got a little glare over there. Temperature sensors still at 5 bars. We've used actually 2 bars of range, so we still have about 80 miles left. And average economy 5.2 miles per kilowatt. Come back over here to the menu, info, energy, economy, and 5.3 on the car wings. Okay, let's see what else we have. Average speed 26.3. These are county roads, low speed roads, but they're a lot of fun. And that's about it so far. If we wanted to recharge, it'd take about 50 minutes on 240 volts, 2 hours and 30 minutes on 120 volts. Okay, one thing I have learned about the temperature sensor, I think it's about 3.5 to 4.5 degrees per bar. So, you know, I'm not sure where it begins or ends. I'm still working on that. It's probably in the manual, I just haven't found it yet. Okay, New Sweden Church. How's it going, Navigator?
Good.
Doing fine? She's running the music and the map. So,
good. And
the notes. Good. Alright, we're just past New Sweden, past the New Sweden Church. We're coming back to FM 973. This is it. We're going to take a right, and then we're going to take an immediate left on Steger Lane. Okay, this road was under construction last time. They were putting gravel down, so hopefully it's ready to go, and we don't have to worry about getting any rocks on our windshield or rocks on the wheel well bouncing around. Well, they're not done yet. It's a little bit better than it was last time, but now there's gravel and oil on the road, so still not the best driving surface, but hopefully they'll have it worked out within a few weeks, and it'll be a much nicer road to drive on. One thing that I noticed is they just had a wildfire here recently. You can tell that it went through the pasture and scorched all the trees. And we've got a tree right here as well. So, wildfire's still a danger here in Texas. It's wintertime, but it's extremely dry. Gotta be careful. Now it feels like we're off-roading. The gravel is turned to mud and muck in this section. I'm sliding all over the place. It's kind of fun, but I never really saw this as an off-road car. Another nice little church and cemetery out there. Wow. So should you drive through the cones? I don't know. Let's see. Nothing happened. We're good. Maybe I should let you drive here. We're back on Cameron Road. If we were taking a right back there, it would have taken us to the Lake Pflugerville. You can come out behind the dam. But we're going to keep going a little bit further down, take a right, and we're going to go by the spot that a couple of movies have been filmed in Pflugerville. Okay, still on Cameron Road. This is also the path of the Lake Pflugerville Triathlon bike course. It kind of winds through the country. Here's the countryside here in Pflugerville. It's an annual race. It's a sprint triathlon. It starts off at Lake Pflugerville. It's got about a 400-meter swim, about a 16-20 mile bike ride, and then a 3-mile run. It's a nice little race if you want to do a short triathlon, trying to get into it. It's a fun one. It's not the super challenging one if you're a hardcore triathlete, but it is good enough for the sprint. Like me, I like to do the sprints. but this is the bike course for that race. Okay, we're about to take a right here. You can tell there's a large grouping of cyclists up ahead. Again, this is a very popular cycling route, and you need to be careful. You need to watch out for people riding bikes. Whole gang of them. Coming up on a nice little S-turn. Now just past this S-turn, there's going to be a gate off to the right, and I think that's where they filmed Secondhand Lions. Part of the movie anyway, not the whole thing, obviously. And a couple other movies as well. There was different movies that, and you can do a search, Pflugerville as well. You can see what's been filmed there. Okay, another S-turn. This really gets us close to Pflugerville. This is going to turn into Pecan Street, and this would take you all the way into Pflugerville if you followed it. You also would cross SH 130. It'll take you over to Travis County Park. North Travis County Park, where they have Little League, soccer field, stuff like that. Alright, we're on Weiss Lane, turned off Pecan Street, and we've got a little narrow bridge, not too narrow. 2 cars can pass if you have to, but it's preferred just 1 car. And this will take us to Lake Pflugerville, and then back to the start point. Here's Lake Pflugerville. Fairly new lake, used as a water source for Pflugerville. We actually watched it being built. We drive by every day, and the dam would get a little bit higher every day. They finally finished it out. It's got a nice running trail, 3-mile loop. This is also where the Lake Pflugerville Triathlon starts and stops. I helped set up this one course for that race. A lot of fun. It's usually early summer that race is held, but you can look for a map. You can type in Lake Pflugerville Triathlon. It'll take you to the website. See all the good stuff about it. Okay, we're going to take a left here. If you take a right, I'll take you back to the seal store, but what you see off there is another wildfire. This is called the Hottie Fire. Hottie Lane is where it started. This is about where the start point was, and it was all on the same day when all the fires started. The fire out in Bastrop, you had the Hottie Fire, the Union Chapel Fire. We kind of went around this church playground, which was nice, but we would basically sit out at the end of this road with a pair of binoculars and watch all the wildfires. We'd watch the airplanes and the helicopters going back and forth to pick up water and dump it. And it's still extremely dry, so you need to be careful. It's not a good time to be playing with fire out in windy, parched areas of town. Okay, we're back to the start point. Time is 9:14. About 70 degrees now. Made 3 trees in the process. Battery temperature sensor, same, 5 bars. Went 32.8 miles. I forgot to reset the trip odometer before we left, but I just reset it about a tenth of a mile down the road. If we wanted to recharge 240 volts, 2.5 hours, 7 hours for 120 volts. About 52 miles remaining on our range estimator. Our average energy economy, 5.2 miles per kilowatt. Average speed, 27.6 miles per hour. Back over to car wings. 5.3 on car wings. So lots of county roads. Not too high speed. It's a good trip. Back to energy usage. That's about it. The start point was Rowe Lane Elementary. The end point was Rowe Lane Elementary. Usually I like to start where there's a series of charging stations, but there aren't any charging stations in Pflugerville yet. There's 12 planned. I think 6 of them are going to be at the Stonehill commercial, where they have Target, movies, Best Buy, a bunch of other stuff. And there are lots of things that are in construction at that point. And there'll be 5 or 6 down Main Street in Pflugerville. But those aren't done yet. How was everything, Navigator? Happy birthday. 10 years old. Have fun?
Yeah.
Or are you a little bit bored?
Kinda.
Yeah, it's kind of boring. Just driving around. Alright. Well, thank you. It was a big help.
You're welcome.
Okay. Alright, that's it. Today was November 19th. This was the Pflugerville Loop trip. Oh, bye.